Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we'll talk about the Matt Ryan story and then the Derrick White. Just Derrick White love. Just showing Derrick White love because love him. Also, I think if we were connected on LinkedIn, I would have a third connection with Derrick White because my girlfriend's high school boyfriend for a month is Derrick White's white cousin. So I think like Kevin Bacon wise, we're like 2 bacon points away from each other. Either way, let me get into this. Matt Ryan started his job in landscaping at St. Joseph Cemetery in Yonkers. And it was frigid, the temperature, according to The Athletic. In March 2021, he said the temperature regularly started in the 20s. To punch him by 7 a.m., he needed to leave his home about 40 minutes early to make it on time. During his first couple of weeks, he walked around the cemetery taking Christmas wreaths off gravestones. And look, Ryan's responsibility changed as the weather grew warmer. He mowed the lawns, he picked up stakes, he raked leaves, seeded certain areas, and put down fresh dirt near graves. Ryan's boss, Frank Dietrich, found ways to use his new employee's 6'7" frame. And Ryan could have chased a desk job after college. He had connections in the New York area and had an economics degree from Vanderbilt. He just didn't want to give up his dream of playing professional basketball. He still needed money though. And Dietrich allowed Ryan the flexibility to take time off when a basketball opportunity came along. Some nights after leaving the cemetery, Ryan would drive DoorDash or Uber Eats for a bit of extra cash. He also coached a grassroots basketball team. He was fresh out of college, Ryan said. He had nothing. And with everything on hold due to the pandemic, Ryan's options out of college were limited. He expected to have at least a dozen workouts with NBA teams, but the unique circumstances wiped all those opportunities. And the NBA had also canceled the Summer League, and a showcase that normally allows players like him to showcase their skills, even dating to the end of Ryan's college days. The pandemic had scattered everything about his preparation for what he'd hoped would be a job playing overseas at least. And when the world shut down in March 2020, he was still finishing school in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he was working on his master's in business administration. His practice gyms were shut down. So what did he do? He went to Walmart and bought an outdoor hoop, put it up in the parking lot of his apartment in Chattanooga, and stayed in Chattanooga for 2 months. And though Ryan badly wanted to be a professional basketball player, the global uncertainty steered him away from looking for an opportunity overseas immediately, and he ended up taking kind of a gap year in basketball. And then the G League held an abbreviated season at the ESPN Wild World of Sports complex in Bay Lake, Florida. Ryan coming off a senior season in which he averaged 15.5 points wasn't accomplished enough to earn an invite, so he waited. In some ways, the weird start of his pro career fits with the rest of his journey. Nothing came easy. After being a promising freshman at Notre Dame, including 4 starts, he saw his minutes get cut in half by a sophomore. When Mike Brey decided to do that, he decided to transfer, and he ended up sitting out 1 season at Vanderbilt due to transfer rules, averaged 8.1 points per game as a redshirt junior next to Aaron Nesmith, and then his coach was fired, Bryce Drew, and then he had to transfer again. He chose Chattanooga over Wisconsin, and it was because he didn't want to do another high major. He wanted to go somewhere and really show it. And he nearly doubled his scoring averages in his lone season at Chattanooga, made 88 three-pointers over 33 games. And Sam Vecini didn't even have him listed in his top 100 of his draft. So it's crazy to think about where he's came from. Also, shout out The Athletic for this article, because he ended up I think they also call him Matty Ice, but it was just crazy to think about that. With the career he wanted delayed, Ryan worked out by himself, and Ryan would show up to the cemetery every day with a gym bag. After a full day at work, he would put himself through drills at a local gym, and 4 hours every day he tried out to round out his game. And it's crazy to think about that, because it's just wild. It's just wild to think that, because about a week before the 2021 NBA Summer League, the Cavaliers altered his life by calling the said player to be a shooter on the team for them in Las Vegas, and he played just 68 minutes over Summer League games. He still averaged 11.5 points, made 13 of 27 threes, and he signed with the Nuggets for training camp, and then they waived him. He played in the G League for the Grand Rapid Golds, then for 2022 U.S. Basketball Men's World Cup qualifying team, which included Johnson and Jordan Bell. And after the trade deadline, they had 5 open roster spots for the Celtics. They converted Sam Hauser to a full-time player that left them with an open 2-way contract, and they got themselves Ryan. And it's amazing. It's really amazing, because you got a shot. Now, I want to show some love to Derrick White. Derrick White's just the man. Derrick White gets no love from anybody, okay? This man, Derrick White, Greg Popovich coached them. I remember Greg White. Did I say Greg White? Derrick White. I said Greg White. I remember Greg Popovich always. I loved the backcourt when it was Derrick White and DeJounte Murray. They tried so long to make that work, but neither of them were a consistent enough 3-point shooter that I think Greg was just like, okay, we got to. This is over. I loved it though. I very much loved it. And he's the Matthew Dellavedova of this series. If you guys remember in 2016, 2015 even, when Matthew Dellavedova was taken off the court in a gurney for dehydration, taken to the hospital. Everyone's like, Steph Curry put him in the hospital. I see it the other way. Matthew Dellavedova played so hard he put himself in the hospital. That's how dope it is. And that's kind of Derrick White. He's there. He's, Roy Kent from Ted Lasso. He's there. He's there. He's here. He's every fucking where. Roy Kent. It's like he's there. He's there. He's every fucking where. Derrick White. Derrick White. Derrick White. Okay, guys, I'm done. I hope you guys have a great day. I love y'all. I really do. Check out my NBA show. We just hit 100 subscribers on there. Had a video pop off about Kai Sato.